Well, welcome everybody, I suppose.
We going?
We're live.
All right. Well, shit.
The Steveless Chronicles.
Yeah, Steve has left us for at least 3 months.
A better play. Oh, no,
he's dead to me. Put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah, dead to both of us. That's fair. He's at the TA.
He's down training the future of the fire department.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some live updates or a weekly check-in or something from him just to see how that whole thing's going.
It'd be nice too if he could just do like a 30-minute show on the weekend or something.
It'd be nice for him to just, text me back once in a while. He's so busy now.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
He's molding young minds.
He started yesterday, right?
I believe. So I had it wrong. I thought yesterday the RTOs were down there and next week the academy starts, but I think
it's this week.
All started yesterday. So
I think they were kind of like they were going to talk about overlapping academies too.
Well, I know graduation's on Friday.
Last Friday?
This coming Friday.
Yeah, so they are
overlapping.
So kind of overlapping.
Kind of overlapping.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of, not
Got to
really.
get a move on, man. We need bodies on trucks.
No, we don't. I can't get any overtime as it is. Like, I don't need more people in the field.
We need more trucks in the field.
We need more trucks. We need more stations. No more bodies. There has to be a fine line where I can get the overtime I need.
If you're listening, John needs more overtime.
I've never once looked on that CM list and seen 109 people signed up.
I saw that the other day.
For AMBOs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My ERP day was the other day on Saturday last weekend, and I was kind of like, I really would like to not get ERP'd this day. And I looked, and there were 91 people signed up.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
It's and so many young people. Like, I kind of see like the normal people that I always have seen, but now it's like young dudes.
Yeah. And it seems to be medic heavy lately because all these medic classes are dumping. So
medics, dude, I say this all the time. Medics are fucking greedy.
Dude, and they're pussies too, dude. Fuck medics.
I mean, yeah, that kind of goes without saying.
They're not worth shit.
You're taking that test. I mean, a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
A kid.
Fucking nerd.
Fucking heroes, actually.
They are heroes.
To some people. Not so much to me.
Ow. Okay.
Well, anyway. I'm just turning into one of those old BLS dudes that just hates.
Better lifestyle, bro.
Not even that. Just I hate.
You want to know to a medic what BLS stands for?
What's that?
They wouldn't let me make t-shirts in my class, but boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some vitals.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not bad.
BLS.
It's not bad. Coming from a new medic, though, I tell you to shut the fuck up. Oh, me? All right. I'll be on the truck, buddy.
Yeah. We'll skip all of that, and you can run the call. How's that sound?
See how you do.
Dude, a lot going on this week, man. A lot happening. I
was kind of in like a creative mode all week. I wasn't doing a ton of, like I told you, I got I don't want to say a different direction for the show, but an addition to it.
Okay.
So I was kind of focusing on that and trying to learn some new skills. I'll talk to you about that offline. But so I was focusing on that a lot as opposed to actually paying attention to the news. So it was just kind of like, oh, that story's interesting, flag it. And then like the last couple of days, I've been trying to play catch up and it's just been tough.
I feel like in the last 48 hours, there's been just
it's always
crazy shit happening.
It's always that. I feel like every time we do a show, it's been a month, but it's been a week. And like, cause so much shit happens, like it's just, and part of that's just Trump being in office. And that's kind of his thing is like, we're just going to flood the zone with everything. Try to keep up.
That's what it feels like. It feels like I can't, the second I learn about one thing and get into it, something else happens that negates what I'm trying to figure out right now.
That's exactly it.
Very disoriented.
When it's a perfect fucking, if that's the playbook you're running, it's perfect because like, hey, I'm going to do this outrageous thing today. Let's get everybody up in a tizzy about it. And you focus all your energy there. By the way, 2 days, I'm going to do some equally outrageous shit. Good luck keeping up.
That's part of the deal, bro.
That's 100% is like, again, good luck keeping up on all the shit. Like if I wanted to pull something crazy every week, good fucking luck, man.
Shit, man. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we got to say rest in peace to Joe Biden, right? I mean,
respectfully,
we got, no, not that one. This one right here.
There we go.
Joe Biden has been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer.
I have some thoughts, but please go first.
So this one is in the journal here, the Wall Street Journal. So
a former newspaper.
Yeah. Actually, the Wall Street Journal is not, you want to dig into it. Everyone keeps thinking like the Wall Street Journal is liberal. It's owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox, who's Fox, you know?
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I mean, it varies. Reporters, editors, all that shit. But again, I'll say it for the 1,000th time. If you want to hear something about a story, read about 5 different outlets, you know?
Isn't it fucked up that that's how you have to
Dude,
like figure out what's happening. Is I got to read from 8 different sources and then boil it down to 3 different ideas and then check 4 different sources again. It's fucked up.
Check this out here. I just want to give people an idea of this shit here. I'm pull up my laptop feed.
You have that.
I have that.
Oh, here
you got to actually pull it up. This is just on one source where I was looking at Qatar.
Isn't that wild?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on just that. And I'm not even going to talk about that.
And
today.
maybe like a day, you
Yeah.
know, and maybe a day.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to fucking talk about that. Dude, it's the fucking web. Good luck keeping up. So, yeah, I mean, but if you're trying to get a report on Joe Biden have cancer, that's going to be pretty across the board. Dude's got cancer, metastatic cancer, which means it spread.
It sounds pretty advanced.
Well, that's metastatic. Once it's gone out of the affected area into the rest of the body,
That's
then
what
I
that
believe
means.
it's metastatic, and I think that's like stage 4.
Yeah, so I have some thoughts.
I've got a lot of thoughts.
I don't think this is new information.
No.
Like, you're mean to tell me that arguably one of the most important people in one of the most
In the
important
world.
countries
Yeah.
in the world just found out they have late stage cancer?
All right, let's work backwards.
Please.
Right. So he has stage 4 cancer now, which is very advanced. And I mean, it could move from stage 2 to 3 to 4 rapidly, right?
Absolutely.
I don't even know how to like broach this. So if you go back a few months before the election, maybe it was it was before the election. It was probably over the summer. This is after the debate and everybody was like very, all of a sudden, hot and heavy about his mental acuity. Everybody, like it wasn't just, certain people. Because
And
certain
like
people,
CNN was piling on too.
yeah, at that point,
all
after,
over the place.
Exactly. After the debate they were. And if you remember, there was doctor visits to the White House every week. And people are like, why is the doctor here every week? And he would be there for hours. Remember? Like, why is it just regular checkups? But we all thought like, oh, you're checking on his dementia. He's in decline.
Yeah.
Probably cancer.
Someone, I'm going to fuck up the details on this, but a doctor yesterday said, yeah, he's probably had this going on since 2020, 2021 at minimum.
I should have flagged this
that we've known about. It was some doctor that everybody talks about, not Dr. Fauci. It was somebody else.
Oh, he's credible. There was one I should have flagged it. I wish I would have, but somebody.
Let me see if I can find it.
Doesn't matter. But anyway, this doctor said that prostate cancer is one of the most easily diagnosable cancers that there are. So if you were to go from not knowing to stage 4, that's almost negligent on his doctor. And again, the president gets checkups all the fucking time.
All the time.
Yeah, they didn't just find this yesterday. I'm going to argue that he's had it for quite a while. They kept it quiet, obviously, because he was running. And then after he left the White House, we're like, well, we can announce this. Like, no, we have to let a little bit of a believable amount of time go by before we talk about this.
So I read a really interesting conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too crazy. So I'll just read it real quick. So somebody posted on a Reddit feed. So Biden was really just running so Kamala could skip the primary. So here's the theory. I'll just read the post. It's really quick. Prostate cancer that has metastasized. That doesn't happen overnight. It's not the type of thing that would have been missed while he was in office. So the conspiracy is this. The DNC had Joe Biden's doctors withhold information on Joe Biden's medical conditions from Biden and the public. They did so to allow Joe Biden to run for a second term because they knew he wouldn't run if he was sick or mentally incompetent. They needed him to run and win while having Kamala as his VP. Biden and Kamala take office, and then in a few months, Joe Biden gets the news of the cancer and memory issues. He steps down for medical reasons, and Kamala just became the president without being elected.
So you were saying that, so that person is saying that his doctors kept it from him.
And maybe that's not the part I'm on board with, but I mean, maybe I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
That theory makes sense, but picture you're a dude that has cancer.
Right.
I'm not right.
You got to know.
You know what I mean?
But also, like, arguably, he's not in his right mind either. But he's surrounded by people who know.
He's not in his right mind all the time. But I mean, he has his moments, and we saw that throughout his presidency, more so towards the end. So we saw that he would occasionally slip into these, dementia-addled states. But for the most part, he was sharp enough to know what's going on. So he would know if he was fucked up.
Right. And
he would also know if at some point he was being treated for cancer, told he had cancer.
Absolutely.
I would think.
this is one of those things that just doesn't make a lot of sense no
'Cause
matter
he would
how you
slip.
cut it.
You know, he would slip like all of a
Mhm.
sudden, like, hey George, like my name's Adam. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
that's
you know,
right. You are
have
Adam.
I don't have the video, but there's been another video circulating about in 2022 where Joe Biden mentioned that he had cancer. Have you seen this?
No,
Oh yeah.
no way.
This is
I
important.
feel like that'd
I'm
be
gonna
everywhere.
keep talking for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and find this because I've saw it like 4 different times yesterday.
Okay, so yeah, my theory is that he probably knew he had cancer. To what degree, I don't know, or how serious he thought it was. I could honestly see him because that dude's got an ego, and I think we all saw it. I'm the only one that can beat Trump. I can defeat him, this and that. He thought he was genuinely the only person that could beat Trump. And maybe he was right. I don't know, because he is the only person that beat him. So I think he just said, I'm going to
Allegedly.
I'm going to keep this, under wraps, and I'm going to keep running. That's kind of what I thought. And maybe it had a lot to do with Dr. Jill Biden, who seems to me, and I could be wrong, but just judging on outward appearances, she seems to be more concerned with being the first lady of the United States than being a good husband to Joe Biden.
I think Joe Biden really enjoyed the spotlight of having that position.
Oh, fuck it. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Turn the page.
Oh, that bitch? You said Joe or Jill?
I said Joe or Jill. Sorry.
That-
I think she was all for it.
Turn the page is Walt's wife.
Damn it. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, they're both fucking idiots.
Jill Biden's
so there you
terrible
go.
as well. You did so good, Joe. You answered all the questions.
You answered
and
all
you got them
the
all right.
questions.
Yeah, I
Treat him like a
didn't I?
fucking 2-year-old. Hey, I found that video.
Yes, send it.
Let's see. You have my laptop ready?
Yeah.
I just lived up the road. In an apartment complex. We moved to Delaware, and just up the road, the little school I went to, Holy Rosary Grade School. And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than
I
us
don't
be
know
able to
where
walk,
he says it.
and guess
It might
what?
take me a second.
The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window.
Come on, people. I'll get to the point.
I had so damn many other people I grew up with cancer, and why can't for the longest time.
Go back
Delaware had the
one
highest
second.
cancer rate in the nation. That's why I had so damn many other people I grew up with cancer.
So people I
so
grew
many
up.
people I grew
For
up.
the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. But that's the past, and we're gonna build a different future with one with clean energy, good paying jobs.
This might take a second, but I think it's worth it. Oh, well, to me that was the video, but to me
That's not it.
Did we
No.
miss something?
No.
As president, I have a responsibility to act with urgency and resolve when our nation faces clear and present danger.
Good movie.
That's what climate change is about.
Yeah.
It is literally not
Clear and present
figuratively
danger was not
clear
about climate
and
change.
present
No.
danger. The health of our citizens.
about
and our
Russians, right?
communities
Taking over
is
the plane?
literally at stake.
That's the one with the.
Oh, no. Clear and present danger. That was Air Force.
It
He's the
One.
president. Yeah.
It was, but what was
Harrison
his-
Ford.
Same dude, same character.
Yeah.
Was that the one? Was that the one where they went to South America? It was about the drug war.
Isn't that a group of political
I don't
officials
remember.
like
I can't remember either.
These are the scientists. We see it here.
We got to
in
write this
America,
out. I'm
red
sorry.
states and
I
blue
should have bookmarked
states.
this.
Extreme weather events costing $145 billion.
It is kind of nice to live in the.
Oh,
Joe Biden phase for a second.
Just last year.
Ah, the good
I
old-
missed this.
More powerful and destructive hurricanes and tornadoes. I've flown over the vast majority of them out west and down in Louisiana, all across America. It's amazing to see. Ravaging.
I'm about ready to give up on this.
He's just as entertaining as Trump, but in a different way.
Wildfires out west.
Wildfire.
have destroyed more than 5 million.
You never guess that he's
acres.
from Delaware when he says things like Louisiana,
Louisiana.
and wildfire.
Corn pop.
Then the entire state of New Jersey, from New York down to the tip of Delaware. It's amazing.
Just the tip. Not a boy
5
Biden.
million acres. Our national security
All right.
is at stake as
This
well.
can't be it.
No, it can't.
He didn't say anything in that
mentioned-
first. So I take it all back. I take it all back.
He mentioned cancer, that people he grew
Doesn't
up
mean
with
that
had
he had
cancer,
it.
and at some point
Yeah.
Delaware led the
Fuck
nation in
you,
having
internet.
cancer.
Unless there's something in the last 30 seconds of that video that says
Dude,
otherwise.
it's one of those clickbait ones. Like, you click on
How
something.
disappointing.
They're like, oh, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. You click on it, you're like,
Wrong.
what am I missing? There's fucking nothing here. And they
Yeah.
just want you to click.
Damn it. Well, they got me. They
It's
got
just
me.
clickbait, pure clickbait.
That being said, I think it's important to say because, for all 8 people who listen to this, I'm not celebrating the fact that the man has cancer. So all of you
No.
guys can hold your fucking hateful
There
comments
are
about
more
that.
than
It's
8
sad.
people that seeing it over all our platforms. We're getting
9.
No, we're into 6 figures. Like people viewing us on a
Okay.
weekly. Yeah.
Well, fucking like and subscribe. Come on now.
Goddamn right. Like, subscribe, spread
Smash that like
spread the
button,
gospel.
ring that notification bell, whatever they say. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think the takeaway here is, listen, it's not a conspiracy. I'm not spinning tails. For them to come out and say,
What's the definition of a conspiracy? A group of people that get together to try to cover something up.
Right.
I believe this is a conspiracy. They tried to cover up
there could be a
his
conspiracy
mental
for
mental
that.
abilities. They tried to cover. I'm convinced they tried to cover this up, because what happens if they say it, 6 months ago, a year ago? He does not finish his presidency. And it might not be a bunch of people keeping it. It might be Biden and his wife keeping it. Like,
Sure.
we're keeping this under wraps.
Sure.
It could be just
and you can
those
see
two.
how he didn't want to pull out of the race anyway. So that very well could be a manifestation of I'm not
absolutely.
going down unless I'm going down swinging.
Right.
Right.
I'll
And
fucking die fighting. I don't care.
I find it hard to believe that only Joe and Jill knew about it.
And then maybe his doctor, who has patient doctor
Maybe.
confidentiality, right?
I just think that if more than just, let's say in a perfect world, only the three of them knew, which I don't think is very likely. I think if more than three of them knew, I think the American people, like, as always, are owed some answers here. And it's pretty interesting to me how that little Reddit post I read, like, that kind of made a lot of sense, dude. And if you can hate the left, but they're good at what they do sometimes, man. And I thought that was a brilliant play.
Well, it's everybody. Like they
right
didn't
does
get,
it too.
they didn't get
Everybody
to
does
these
it.
levels without
No.
being good at what they do.
Yeah.
That I think that could totally be, at least the cancer thing. The mental thing is everybody.
Obviously.
That's everybody.
Obviously.
But the cancer thing, I truly believe that could have been between him, Jill, and his doctor.
Sure.
And like, I'm going down with cancer. I don't care.
Benefit of the doubt, I would hope, I'm not saying I hope he has cancer or anything like that, but like, I would hope that is the best case scenario here, is that Jill, Joe, and the doctor knew. Nobody else knew.
That is best case
That is
scenario.
the best
Yeah.
case. Now, how likely is that? I don't know.
Because otherwise you're sitting on a bombshell like, hey, the sitting president has fucking stage 2, 3, 4 cancer.
Right.
Right. He's going to die.
I feel like you kind of would have to resign.
And Kamala
at that
is your
point.
president. That was the failsafe of like, Joe Biden's not going to die because then Kamala Harris is going to be president.
you
They're not
know-
going to let that happen. That was the fail. Like, she was a joke. You remember?
I'm sorry.
Oh God, you brought it back. I specifically didn't put it on the fucking thing. I can't listen to
I
that.
know, but I hit it in the sound pad here.
God damn it. Oh man.
Holy. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think I would never wish ill will on anybody. Like, hopefully he's comfortable, and
No.
I don't think they're going to cure it. It sounds pretty.
Stage 4, it's in his bones.
Sounds pretty
It's in his
bad.
bones. I mean, that
But I
ain't
will
good.
say, I got questions that we'll probably never have answers to, and that's okay.
Much
but
like everything, who knew what and when, Dr. Jill will write a book. She'll write a memoir before she does.
maybe she was the doctor. Maybe there's only two people who know.
Doctor.
She's a doctor, Dr. Jill.
Yeah, she's a doctor. She is not a PhD.
That's like
She has received an honorary doctorate, I believe.
she's a doctor in the sense that, like, when you're on an airplane and someone's having a heart attack and like, we need a doctor, and someone's like, well, I'm a podiatrist.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, go fuck off. Sit down.
I was going to say podiatrist.
We don't fucking need you. Give me a foot rub while I fix this person.
And not you, Dr. Faggot. We need a real doctor here.
boy.
But I mean, along those same lines, we've got this thing here. My fucking boy, Jake Tapper
What
of
is this?
CNN, has come out with a book called Original Sin. And they talk about the cover up that the media, or that the White House and the entire Democratic Party played on the media and the American people.
Isn't
So-
Jake Tapper CNN or something? Isn't he a lefty?
Jake Tapper is not only a lefty, he, on several occasions, I tried to find him and clip him together. It's becoming a pain in the ass, and I didn't have enough time. But there are several instances where he's defending Joe Biden's mental ability. There's one
Yeah.
where he's talking with Laura Trump. It's kind of a famous one where she says something about him stammering. And he goes into like, oh, now you're making fun of him. What are you going to say to children who have a stutter? She's like, I'm not saying anything about children with a stutter. I didn't know Joe Biden had a stutter until just now. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, you knew. You're just trying to make fun of his stutter. Like, no, there's a problem here, Jake.
It's disgusting.
And there's
the
several
defense tactics they use sometimes.
So not-
dude, shut the fuck up.
So basically, the media gets all of it's this elite funnel of knowledge. They get their like Jake Tapper's not out doing investigative reporting. His editors at CNN aren't doing investigative reporting.
he's a mouthpiece. That's
They're
what he
getting
is.
their information from the White House. The White House says this, you say that,
Yeah.
Jake Tapper, and we're going to pay you probably a couple $1 million a year to do so. So you're getting paid to mimic everything that the Democratic Party and CNN wants you to say. And after that, and after it becomes so obvious that everybody knows, Now you're going to write a book telling how you were duped. Everybody was duped. They withheld this information. And now you're going to get paid on the back end. You're selling both sides of this fucking lie, and you're getting paid both ways. You have zero credibility, you giant piece of shit.
Giant piece of shit.
We
need a button for that.
You giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
Not only that, we need the one, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. That one too.
That's me every day, dude.
Every day.
Every day.
But not only that, Jake Tapper has been on this big book promotion tour on CNN, live on air. Remember, a journalist. He's supposed to report the news when they know it, right?
Yeah.
And he keeps talking about, in my book, in my bombshell book, you're not going to believe what we uncover on our book.
You fucking shill.
You're a fucking journalist.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of your job to report what you know when you know it?
Yeah.
Not fucking write it in a book and I'll
buy
tell you
my
about
book. But
what a colossal piece of shit.
Rogan had someone on the other day talking about Egypt. Did you listen to that one?
He was hard to listen to.
He was, but I stopped at Rogan kept asking him questions that, well, in my book. And I'm like, dude, this motherfucker's trying to sell a book. Like,
dude,
I'm out here.
That was the first hour of the conversation. Is Rogan's like, well, is that tool online? Can you see it
gonna,
online?
Nope,
it's in my book.
Like,
no, it's like, it's got to be online. He's like, it's in a museum, right? It's got to be photos of it online.
Well,
in my book.
You'd find out if you read my book.
Hard pass, dude.
Yeah, unless your book is free, we're done here.
There was somebody else on Rogan that was doing the same thing. Well, in my book. Like, no, stop it. Just talk. You're here to have a conversation.
You're not here to sell your book. Dick.
You being here and offering up all the information you know is going to get your book sold like a motherfucker. Yeah. Now people are fucking turned off to you. So this whole fucking Jake Tapper thing.
Nobody likes being turned off, so stop.
Yeah. I want to be turned on when I listen to Rogan.
That's right.
I want a full knowledge rager.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
listening to one right now about some lady talking about mind control.
Which
you
one
hit
is
that
she?
one yet? It's like the second to last one.
She's really soft-spoken.
Yeah.
She's got glasses.
Yeah.
Her. Listen to her. She's good. Yeah, that's a very interesting one. Yeah, because she approaches it not from some like woo-woo aspect. Like, it's very practical information she's talking about. Like, yeah, they probably totally could get you to think a certain way, and they do. Like, I talk about this book all the time, and I'll keep talking about it because it's fantastic. It's Noam Chomsky's book, Manufacturing Consent, how the media and the government and the elites basically funnel their message to you, the at-home viewer of whatever you're consuming. And that's what they do all day. That's their job. So, and that is a form of mind control. Like, all of a sudden, you start just believing this thing. If you see something often enough, you're going to have some level of belief in it, right?
Well, and you see it all the time, right? I will keep names out of it, but I was having a discussion with somebody the other day about, I don't remember what we were talking about, but Candace Owens came up, and I was like, and Candace said this, and she's doing and I feel like you listen to some of her stuff, and she's done some really interesting deep dives on some really taboo topics lately. Yeah. And I brought it up, and it was instantly met with, well, she's an anti-Semite, and I'm not going to talk about her. And I was like, whoa, do you, like, why? And then at any second I pushed was, well, what did she say? What did she do?
I'm
like,
so tired.
Well, just she's an anti-Semite, and I'm not going to talk about her. I was like,
how? Why?
Well, she's not. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Because I made this person look up the quote and there was nothing. And I said, send it to me. Go home, research it, send it to me. And there was nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Anytime somebody shuts down your argument with an emotional tactic,
every time,
or just a label, like they're not arguing the fucking facts.
And that's becoming the
arguing
new
emotions.
That's becoming the new shield, right? Like, especially even with Biden getting cancer, I guarantee you cannot Trump's out here right now. He's doing under Joe Biden's administration, this, that, and the other thing. It's going to be this week. You watch the news. It's going to be instantly met with, how dare he criticize Joe? He's got stage 4 cancer. Does he blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, to quote my brother, who doesn't listen to the show, but if he ever does, love you, buddy, but he's a fucking idiot. And he knows it, and I'm a fucking idiot too, and that's okay. But he said something once, and I wrote it down. It was so interesting to me, and it applies here too. He said one time, he goes, Adam, you can have cancer and still be an asshole, which to me is like, just because Joe Biden has cancer doesn't mean he is now free from all criticisms and any scrutiny whatsoever.
Well, that's what I say about, like, when we go on old patients and they're assholes, and like, sometimes I've been an asshole back, like, hey, you respect your elders. I'm like, no, he was probably an asshole when he was 32. Now he's 87.
Respect.
Like, you're still an asshole.
You're just old and a dick at this point.
Don't be a dick.
Just don't be a dick.
Yeah,
be nice to people. Yeah. It's not hard to do.
You can still have cancer and be a piece of shit.
Be nice.
Yeah, I don't want you to die, but
anyway.
And kind of along those lines, I just ran across this story. It's kind of tied into everything, and I just randomly saw it. This is in the New York Times. It's how the Indian media, speaking of India's, the India-Pakistan conflict that they just had, how the Indian media amplified falsehoods in the drumbeat of war. During the conflict between India and Pakistan, even some long trusted outlets reported unverified information and fabricated stories. Take a look at this little tear sheet here. Do you see a long-time trusted outlet mentioned anywhere on here? Maybe the very top of the page where it says the New York Times. They have the fucking nerve to sit there and say that Indian media was not being completely honest. I specifically remember things in New York Times about selling weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They never report about the war in Yemen. There's been things about them downplaying the Pentagon Papers in Vietnam. Like, don't sit there and cast stones when you're in the glass house, right?
The media would never lie to you.
I just saw that. I'm like, the fucking nerve.
The American media doesn't lie. The Indian media might
certainly
lie.
not the New York Times.
I've seen some stuff just kind of scrolling through socials lately of that claim to be footage from this Pakistan conflict, and people are commenting like, dude, that's from this video game. Like, this is a cut
from a
scene
video
from
game?
this video game. But they're hawking it out there as, oh my God, look at this air battle over the city. And it's like, dude, this is a cutscene from this video game. And a lot of AI generated. So that's what my opinion now is we have reached the time where anything you see on any screen, I can't tell you if it's real or not.
It has to be questioned to a certain degree, right?
Which is because obviously I'm the crazy one in the room between the two of us, and I think that's the point. I think we've gotten to the point where it's just confuse everybody, where nobody knows what's right,
I don't know if
wrong.
it started to be the point, but I can't remember. It was Obama's political strategist. I can't remember who it was, but he says never let a good conflict never let a good
crisis go to
waste.
Yeah.
And this is it. Like, hey, since AI is doing all this crazy shit and people are having a hard time believe it, let's take advantage of that. Let's play into that.
This AI stuff scares the shit out of me, dude. And really, I say all the time, we had World War I and World War II. I think World War III is upon us, and I think it's being fought with information. I think we are the product, and we are the spoils of war. You know what I mean? Our opinions, the way we think, our actions. And I think a lot of it is on social media. You're seeing all sorts of shit that's just not real anymore. The whole point is to piss you off at the other side. I was talking to my dad earlier today. Left or right, it doesn't fucking matter at this point. The left wants you pissed off at the right, and the right wants you pissed off at the left. And they're going to lie to you, including showing you videos that aren't real. And the whole point is to get you pissed off.
Well, think the CIA could easily just put out something that looks pretty real.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, easily bunkable if you look into it a little more. Feed that to a bunch of outlets or to a bunch of social media. Just put it on X.
It's going to stick.
It's going to catch traction, and a certain amount of people are going to believe it.
And even
they're not going to see the debunk. Like, just specifically talking about the New York Times, when they do retractions, when the things they get wrong,
it's quiet.
It's buried. It's like A10, A15. It's not the fucking front cover like their lie was.
And by the time they do correct it, or by the time we do get the truth, we're months.
We've moved on.
If not years, because the news cycle is so fast right now.
There are still talking about Iraq and weapons of mass destruction. There are people that believe to this day that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction there. Never found them. Never.
Well, they were there. That's why we went over there.
That's what we're told. And there are people that fucking believe it. Bringing a little fucking democracy to the Middle East.
Oh, you guys need some democracy over there. Dude, we got all the minerals.
They don't have it. They got the oils. But yeah, dude, it drives me fucking crazy. That is my biggest really pet peeve in the world, being on social media and just seeing this like hive mind, group mentality, tribe mentality, whatever you want to call it, of people just believing a certain thing and echoing that certain thing without ever validating it.
That's all it is. I had to stop because I don't remember. We were talking, one of our reels we posted on Instagram the other day was about Trump, the plane from Qatar. Yeah. And I kind of got into it with some people in the comments, back and forth all day, back and forth. It's
toxic.
And it just became a like name calling. And even I was coming from a place of good faith because somebody I was talking to was mad about, well, he's accepting it as a personal gift, blah, blah, blah. And so I got in the comments. I said, listen, the transaction hasn't happened yet. He says he's not going to keep it. We're not going to know for 4 years if he keeps this plane. I told this person, like, I agree with you. If he keeps this plane, I can see how that can be morally, ethically wrong. I would be on your side. But like, don't you think it's worth waiting to see if we even get the plane in the first place? Well, I'm not even this motherfucker. He said, I wish I had a screen him. I'd call him out right now. He said, I'm not even going to read. I typed him this big, long, and I took his side on like 90% of it. But the main idea was, yeah, dude, I agree with you. It wouldn't be right, but nothing's happened yet. So why don't you calm down and why don't we see what happens? And his response was, I'm not even going to look at what you typed. I'm not even going to read your argument because you're an asshole and you're an idiot. And I was like, and I hit him back with, oh, okay. So you're not going to read the other side's argument and you're not going to engage with me and you're going to shut me down with emotional attacks. And I'm what's wrong with America right now, dude. I'm taking your fucking side, dude.
Yeah.
But it's so, like you're saying, it's so rampant and it's
you can't even have a conversation.
Like, and now you get AI pumping shit out there just to feed the flames and shit. We're in a scary spot.
You could have been arguing to the bot for all you know.
I probably was. In fact, I looked at his profile and I was like, who is this motherfucker right here?
There's been a couple times on X where like, wait a minute. I think I'm arguing with a bot. I got to tap out.
I would argue, because then you really got to think about it. Like, think about how many posts show up in just your feed alone.
Yeah.
And your feed is for you, right? And I get it. There's a couple billion people in the world,
yeah.
But nobody's sitting on social media posting all of these videos all day so that they end up in your feed. Like, how much of this shit is not real?
I at least on X now, and granted, you can buy a verified account, but they do at least it's one more hurdle to jump. But I don't even engage with somebody unless they have a verified account anymore. Like, it's just not worth it. You could 100% be a bot.
Well, there's this thing, if you want to get conspiratorial.
Why not?
Stop. Called dead internet theory. Have we talked about that?
Yep.
Right. And I'm starting to kind of believe it, dude. And dead internet theory, I got the little summary here. In essence, the dead internet theory reflects a growing unease about the increasingly artificial and algorithmically controlled nature of the internet, amplified by the rapid advancements in AI technology. While the full extent of the theory remains unproven, the underlying concerns about online authenticity and the impact of automation on human interaction are increasingly relevant. Basically, it's saying there is a really good chance that at least a quarter of what you see on the internet is just not real people. I would argue more. And proof is...
Are they talking about internet in general or just like social media?
I think dead internet is internet in general. But I would say the focus would probably be on social media.
Yeah, you think it had to be, because like, what's the point of having a bot like run a website?
Yeah, who
that
gives a
doesn't
fuck, right?
Get visited, yeah.
The whole point is to gain influence over
right,
people,
and that would be social media.
Well,
I mean, you can include Reddit in that, forums.
Oh yeah. There's bots on. I was reading an article the other day about how to spot a bot on Reddit, and it's usually two random words that don't have to do with anything with each other, separated by an underscore with a random number after it.
So you're talking about the username?
It'll be like cloudy swimming pool 8012, and like that's usually not a real person. Yeah. But I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know anymore. I don't believe anything.
Like I said, it might be harder on Reddit, but on X, unless you're verified, I won't even fucking engage with you.
You want one of these little caffeine packs, dude?
No, dude. I'm
dude.
on monster number 3.
Dude, come on. It's only 50 milligrams more.
No, dude. I'm fucking
got some
good.
taurine in here, dude.
I've got all the taurine and caffeine I need in my third
a little
monster.
bit more. There's glycerin in this.
Oh, well, glycerin. You
That's in
didn't say
TNT, right? Nitroglycerin.
It's
close enough, dude.
Need a precursor.
All right, well, I'll keep the can out just in case.
Just in case. I think I'm good.
Extra bump, dude.
I really need to quit this shit. I'm going to fucking die.
Don't quit. Don't be a quitter.
By the way, 4 monsters a day is not healthy.
But 3.5.
I'm trying to cut down to 2, man. Honestly,
that's respectable.
If I cut down to 2, I just did the math. I'd save myself $150 a month. If I stopped drinking monsters altogether, I would save $300.
Yeah, but do you like shop at Costco? Because I bet you that you could get some bulk savings in monsters.
They don't have the ones I like at Costco.
Well, Costco, if you're listening, and I know you are.
Even going to I go to the business Costco down on Indian School, and you can't get them. You can get all the flavors I don't want to drink.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should quit. I've tried to quit caffeine in the afternoon. Yeah. So I usually, especially
that's
at
probably
work,
smart. Yeah.
Wake up, hit a little coffee, and then hit a workout at like 4 or something like that. But I've tried to quit afternoon caffeine.
Dude, even at work, like I stay, even if we're not getting calls, I stay up till 11 o'clock every night.
By choice?
Yeah. Like I start, just because I start reading and I'm watching videos and stuff, like my mind just races and I'm engaged. Like last night, even before we got up like 2 times, the first time we got up was like 12:45, but I only went to bed a little after 12. So I've essentially been up since 12. We went on 2 fucking long ass calls.
Those are the best when they're perfectly spaced apart.
There's
so that you don't really fall asleep.
But there's a check flooding that at a condo apartment that turned into this whole fucking thing. And
you just go check it. Those are my favorite ones. Check.
Well, no, there was
whatever.
a leak. A guy's sprinkler thing was leaking. He had a plumber out there. The plumber couldn't do anything about it because he couldn't get into the FDC room. We couldn't find keys for the FDC room. And you call condo management. They're not responsible for leaks or anything like that. So I'm like, hey, we're going to fucking break this door and we're going to bleed it off.
Did you break it?
So yeah, I broke the door.
Oh, boy.
Fucking got in there, turned off the FDC, fucking drained it out, did the whole thing. But when you do that, water gongs go off for the entire fucking condo complex, which is massive.
Yeah.
So now we're looking everywhere to find where an FDC panel is for a condo complex. Like, hey, maybe it's at a clubhouse. Well, they don't really have a clubhouse. They got a pool with a couple of bathrooms. We're looking like there's nothing here. We got car 99 anyway. She finds out that it's in the men's bathroom.
Naturally, that's where I would put it.
So we go to the men's bathroom. The key to the men's bathroom doesn't work. We're sitting there fiddle fucking with that. We're like, well, we already broke one door here.
Yeah,
like,
what's another one?
I looked, like I said, I'm blowing this door off.
Yeah.
And I was fucking annoyed.
Do it again.
I blew this door so fucking hard off the hinges.
Yeah, dog.
Every fucking thing just like it fucking exploded.
Those are my favorite when the jam comes out with the door.
Yeah,
Those are the
everything.
best.
I was like, that was satisfying. I felt good.
It helps a little bit.
So we go looking for the FDC panel, and inside the bathroom is another locked door. This is just a labyrinth of locked doors.
I was going to say, it's like you're in a maze.
Dude, I wish I could remember the name of the tool I bought offline. It's some company that sells fire department tools, but it's like a little lockpick. It's just like a blade. It's almost like a T-square, but
I
smaller.
gotta get one of those.
And I
Throw it back on
fucking,
the truck.
it works on certain doors, and I just fucking, boom, and that popped open. Thank fucking God. But we were there for fucking over an hour.
Oh, man.
And then we got a fucking fire alarm later at another condo complex. Kind of the same thing. It fucking, the whole thing's going like, it was just a disaster over 2 dumb fucking calls.
A couple days ago, we had a guy ring the doorbell. And names will remain out of this. I'm not making fun of anybody in case this ever gets back to anybody, but it's one I've never had before. And we answer the door, and this dude's out of breath. Hey, guys.
Watching Cops?
That's what I thought. I was like, dude, Cops doesn't start till 5. What are we fucking doing right now? And he goes, I got here as fast as I could. And we're like, okay, what's going on? He goes, there's on the roof of my house, there's Gila monsters. And we were like, what? And he showed me a picture. He pulled out his phone to his credit. It gets weirder.
All right.
And there's Gila monster on the roof of his house. I guess he had roofers over, and they wouldn't go up on the roof because there's Gila monsters up on the roof, and kind of playing it up a little bit, like, oh man, you better stay away from those, dude. Like, they're quick, they'll get you and shit. And he goes, what? I got on Google and it told me to come to the fire station, and I got a speeding ticket on the way over here. And we're like, whoa, what? And he goes, yeah, I was doing 70. And I was like, it's 45 down the street, bro. Like, you're doing 25 over. And I guess he got pulled over, and he told PD he was headed to the fire station to tell us that he had a Gila monster on his roof, and that cop was like,
sobriety test.
You know what? I'm going to let you continue on to the old fire. Go tell them boys.
They're right over there.
Yeah, you're going to want to go down that way, make a left, ring that doorbell. That's it. And then he was like, what do I do? What do I do? And man, I literally took my phone out, and I was like, what to do if Gila monster on roof? And then I just called this animal control line. Dude, I'm not going to get up on your roof and I'm not a reptile wrangler,
brother.
I'm just as afraid of that Gila monster as you, dude. I'm
Those
not getting
things are small, but I mean they're slow.
They're quick.
But they're fucking
probably squirrely.
I don't think they're that quick. Not like the ones like those Chuck Wallas.
No, those things are fast.
Those things are pretty quick.
Yeah,
I don't think a Gila monster is that quick.
But they'll fuck you up.
They'll kill you. They're poisonous.
Yeah,
yeah.
And so I don't. I understand why he was all freaked out about it, but
How
at the
the
same
fuck
time, I
did
was
he-
like, dude, like, come on.
I thought they only lived in like southern Arizona. I didn't even think they lived up here.
I've seen him on Camelback before.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody must have brought them up
Hiking
here as
up there.
pets, and they started breeding.
Probably some. I'm gonna introduce the
No
local
shit.
population. Yeah.
How does it get on his fucking roof?
Well, climbs, John, with its claws.
It's a fat little lizard. I can't see that thing climbing. It seems like a ground-bound lizard.
If you have a Gila monster story, reach out to the fire
Hit
side.
us up on the fireside.
If you're an animal expert.
I want to hear your fucking Gila monster stories.
Anyway, sorry, I derailed that like a
No,
minute.
I did the same thing. Moving on.
Moving on.
Let's see here. What else we got to talk about? So, got this little fucking thing. That's not it. This. Donald Trump is throwing a military parade.
Fuck
Cost
yeah.
$45 million for a military parade.
Yes.
Which coincides in the Army's birthday,
Well, you got to celebrate the army,
but
dude.
it is also his birthday.
Fuck yeah.
Who's this party really for?
We're gonna have a parade on my birthday.
I want tanks, nukes, couple of those ships that look like triangles.
What do you call them?
Stealth bombers. I want the biggest bombers.
Dude, you know what? Give the man a parade.
Fuck, he's getting one apparently.
You know what? The man got shot, John, in the ear. Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't want, number one, it's on his birthday. He's kind of buddies with Kim Jong-un, who also has these
that's where my mind went.
Dictatorial military parades. I'm like, ooh.
You know for a fact, I'm calling it now, every mainstream media. Well, you know who else had a lot of military Hitler. It's kind of like you ever see
Mao.
the church lady on SNL?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with the media right now. It's like, geez, I wonder who else could have possibly Hitler,
maybe,
perhaps. Dude,
that's exactly it.
I'm calling it now. I say give him the parade.
He's getting the parade.
Make it $90 million.
Here's the other part of that I don't like. We're like $300 trillion, like $36 trillion in debt.
What's another 45 million, dude?
Gotta be
That's a drop in the bucket.
I mean,
I say we give Elon the baton and let him lead it.
Give him one of those fucking big goofy hats.
Can you imagine this? He's probably all, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna lead the parade.
I say give him the chainsaw. Give him back the chainsaw. Put one of those fucking band leader hats on and chainsaw. Just fucking marching down the street.
Oh my God.
Oh,
when is this?
Jesus.
Do we have a date for this?
June 14th, baby.
We're gonna do it close to Juneteenth.
Dude.
It's Juneteenth parade.
Yeah, the Army's Golden Knights and a concert on the Elite. Like, dude, this is gonna be an affair.
Have we done anything like this lately as a country?
Lately, I don't think ever.
Have we ever done this?
I don't ever recall a Soviet-style military parade in the United States.
Sometimes, dude, you just gotta kind of.
Here's the thing, though. He's not doing himself any favor.
No, he is not.
When people say, like, hey, you're a dictator, and then you do dictator shit.
Yeah. I'm not a dictator, but we'll have a parade.
But I like to have one of those parades.
I like the way your eyes kind of close when you do your Trump. It's pretty funny, dude.
It's the only way I could truly, like, try to get into character.
Oh, and you got to do the hands.
He's got the...
You're gay. Anyway.
Yeah, doing Trump's an arse.
I'll watch it.
So, yeah, I mean, fuck, I'm going to watch it. Fuck, I might go. Why not?
Dude, Fireside at the parade.
Dude, let's fucking run that.
Let's do it.
Then we got this one here. Trump meets with Syrian leader.
Yeah.
After vowing to lift sanctions on the ravaged nation.
This dude, is this the terrorist dude? Is
Yes.
this the guy who cuts people's heads off?
Yes, he's Al Qaeda.
Yeah, he's the guy, right? He's the chop their heads off.
We're not at war with Al Qaeda anymore. They're our boys. We actually help them come into power in countries. But this kind of came off the back of, I wish I would have got his whole speech, but he went to Saudi Arabia and met with the crown prince and had this big fucking affair there. And he really had kind of a revolutionary speech there in Saudi Arabia, like talking about, hey, we're done with this nation building. We're going to leave it to you guys. We want to open, the Mideast for business. We want to, do trade with each other, like resetting the table on how we approach the Middle East. And at the same time, he's kind of been pushing Israel off to the side. Like, there's a little level of corruption going on there, and I'm actually going to do a little explainer video on some of it.
Ooh, cool.
But I might be okay with him getting a plane, lining his family's pockets a little bit if we could truly reset the way we approach the Middle East. Do we really have to have a war there every so often? Do we have to?
Well, and that's where I go back and forth on it, man. Sometimes I'm like, because I'll admit it. Everybody who listens to the show already knows. Like, I wear the tinfoil hat from time to time, and sometimes
I think we all do. It's fun. It's healthy.
Fuck yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I can't tell if Trump is truly the next anti-war president or if he's just kind of controlled opposition, playing that character. I kind of go back and forth on that.
Really think he doesn't want.
I hope not. I hope he's anti-war. I think because that's why we voted for him. That's why everybody voted for him.
Personally, like. It's hard to say, right? Who knows what Trump really thinks other than he wants to get rich? I mean, we know that for a fact. The dude wants to make money. He likes people that make money, and he wants more of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he has enough money at this point.
Does anybody, when they get that wealthy, do they? Because
it doesn't seem like it.
None of them stop.
Because I don't have a lot of money, and I'm quite comfortable. Why do they need all the money?
I'm not. So if you have some, foreign influence money you'd like to send my way.
For just $1 a day, you could feed John's monster addiction.
Please help this poor starving firefighter. Starving of fucking.
You can send your blue Hawaiian monster cans to the Fireside
Or
Studios.
purples. I enjoy purples as
Please
well.
check the CO2 levels in the cans before you
Give
send them.
it a squeeze. If it has a little too much give,
That's the conspiracy
flat.
right there, dude, is that they're taking down the CO2s in the cans. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
that's a thing.
But you said it yourself. You said there's a whole
Well, there was a whole
whole
bad batch.
series of bad-
I think it was just a bad batch,
hope so.
but I spent a lot of money on a bad batch. Like you can tell when a bad batch of shit's hit the street, everyone's fucking ODing left and
They're
right.
like little pockets in the little neighborhoods.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
happened with the monsters. A bad batch hit the street, and I was fucking. I was going to different QTs trying to
You
get
were
the good shit.
trying to get your fix. is
Dude, I
what that
was. I'm like this.
dude.
So it got to the point I grabbed him like, nope, that's bunk.
There's some weak shit out on the street, and Johnny needs his fucking
This
fix.
shit stepped on. I'm fucking going to the next QT.
That's fucking awesome.
So,
anyway,
where was
sorry.
I?
Tell me about this terrorist guy.
So with Syria, basically,
Alleged.
Al-Jilani. No, he's a fucking terrorist.
Is it- we
I
know
think-
for a fact he's.
Oh
a-
yeah,
I don't pay attention to this shit.
this dude was
anymore.
killing Marines in Fallujah. Like he's this dude. He's the guy.
Okay.
But hey,
Okay.
who amongst us hasn't had a little terrorist phase in life, right?
So I mean, sometimes you just kind of
You
men-
live, you learn, you grow up, right?
Boys and their toys.
Boys will be boys.
You know what I mean?
So, hey, but
Oh,
he's grown
fuck.
up. He's put on a suit, and he's the fucking leader of Syria now. And he's contacted Donald Trump, and he said, "Hey, if you can lift sanctions, like I'm opening Syria for American business. You want to come drill minerals here? You want oil? Let's fucking do business." And Donald Trump said, after he talked with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, like, "Fuck it, why not?" So he's legitimately changing the way we are dealing with the Middle East. I don't know if it's a good thing yet. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I like the dialogue.
Yeah. You know what, dude? Here's where I'm at.
So he gets a plane. So Qatar gives him a plane. Like,
But here's where I'm at. It's like clearly shit's fucked right now.
sure,
Why not try something different?
exactly. My thoughts exactly. Like, why do we have to listen to these neocon warhawks all the time? Middle East bad, terrorists
Yeah.
bad. Like, okay,
That's why Trump won.
hey, why don't we?
Let's
Precisely.
try something different.
Let him cook.
Let him come.
I'm gonna come.
There you go, Donnie boy. Yeah, so I'm all for that, dude. Let's just see what the fuck happens.
At
Right?
this point, why the fuck not?
Why not? What do we got to
Why
lose?
not?
We fucking went to war for
The
20
computers
years.
are going to take over the world anyway. We might as well have some fun.
In all seriousness, Qatar, if you're listening, I'm like, this isn't a fucking joke, man. I want that money.
Yeah, I want that. I just want, like, what do they got? They got all sorts of shit over. They got Lambos and shit. I want some of that oil.
I haven't got a raise in 17 and a half years. Other than a step increase, no raise in 17 and a half years.
Sounds like you need some Qatari money.
I want that Qatari money.
Qatar, like and subscribe.
Like
Thank you.
since you brought it up and that guy hating on you, I wasn't going to talk about it because I was going to do a little explainer for it, but we can talk about that Qatar plane real quick.
Yeah.
Just super quick.
Also, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Thank you.
So they said they're going to give him a plane.
Yeah.
Right. He's been trying to get a new Air Force One since his last administration.
Well, I feel like the one that we have, like the American government, I feel like it's old anyway, and we're waiting on Boeing for a new
It
one.
says
or
it's
some
40
shit.
years. We're going to be waiting. Like, I don't know
They're
how.
not let Boeing make it, dude. Holy fuck.
Jeez, yeah, you want to fucking
You
lose
think the Qatari plane's a security risk, dude?
Hey, right?
You're gonna get on a fucking Boeing,
Dude,
Holy
take your
shit.
life in your own fucking hands.
Don't sit by the window, Donnie.
Dude, yeah. So I don't know. I think it's an Airbus that Qatar's giving.
I hope so.
Airbus is French, I believe.
Oh, well,
I think.
Airbus.
Yeah, Airbus.
That was more like a, what was that? Airbus. That was like Borat.
That was like a Mexican dude trying to throw on a French accent.
We're multicultural
Yeah,
here.
So the plane, they're offered. I don't know what went down behind the scenes. We obviously don't know, but nobody gives anybody a $450 million gift without expecting something in return. Is that reasonable to
I
say?
thought it was for opening trade, right? Was that kind of
Just cause.
why?
No,
'cause?
like we have trade. We have those.
Dude, maybe we got our
We have
got our lasers pointed at them.
We have a massive military base in Qatar. They let us house 10,000 troops there. Like, we have good relationships with Qatar at the moment.
That's an interesting question, right? There's no such thing as a free lunch. So there's definitely no such thing as a free plane.
There's
You know what I
something,
mean?
right? Like, hey, it's just a gift for 4 years. It's on loan to the Pentagon right now, which
It's
I guess
on loan.
it's on loan to the Pentagon. But they said after those 4 years, the story is that it's getting transferred to President Trump's presidential library,
See,
which doesn't exist yet.
I couldn't find anything on
Yeah.
that. I saw claims of he's going to keep it after the presidency, and I couldn't find a single thing that said he's going to keep it.
So there's quite a few articles.
I'm not a very good reader, though.
I'll try to remember to link this in all the show notes on YouTube and Rumble. But there's a few articles. And so but to your point, we don't know what's going to happen in 4 years. But the story goes, and there's a few outlets that have reported this, that it's going to go to Donald Trump's presidential library, of which he has control of. So he would get personal use of the plane.
So, but hold on. By library, do you mean like actual books or just like collection of things?
Dude, I don't know how those presidential libraries work. I think it's a fucking scam.
Does every president have a library?
Yeah, they all got libraries.
I've never heard of this.
I think
either.
it's just a scam for presidents to make money in their fucking twilight years.
Oh, they all make money. Yeah, that's part of it because Donald Trump's not taking a salary.
No, man.
Get paid $1, so I get a plane.
He gets
how much is the president's salary?
100 something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Well, per year.
Yeah.
So basically, if it's $100,000 a year,
it's more than it's like 100 something.
Okay, well, let's say it's 100,000 and it's a $400,000 plane. He's not taking a salary. So basically, he's getting a plane for being president. You know what I mean? Instead of a salary, we're giving him a plane.
I take that back. $400,000
a year.
Yeah.
American. So,
and a $50,000 expense allowance. Yeah,
that seems excessive. I feel like the president shouldn't get paid.
I mean, you are running. It's one of the most important jobs in the world. I'll give him 400. Like, look at a CEO. Look what they get. Like,
yeah.
What is?
I don't know.
Hey, let me fucking. What is?
Yeah.
Let's see. Walmart CEO salary.
I don't even know who that is.
And that motherfucker gets paid. Not $16.50 an hour. I'll tell you that. Fuck. Walmart CEO salary. Yeah, $27 million a year.
Oh, boy.
So,
holy shit.
Now, when you put that into perspective, the president's only getting $400,000. Like,
yeah, but is Donald Trump not taking a pay again?
Allegedly, yeah.
So give him the fucking plane, dude. We're saving money.
That's $450 million.
Oh, I thought it was more. See, I don't know what things cost, dude.
$450 million. And you see this thing, it's a flying fuck factory. Like, you can get it is pimped out. You're pulling ass in that plane.
You think he's gonna like vinyl his face on the side of it?
Yes.
Fucking awesome.
Well, his
dude.
one day he was flying around in the campaign just had Trump written down on the sign.
If I were Trump, I'd dress that plane.
Everything.
I'd dress that plane up like a garbage truck. Really fucking get it, dude.
Yeah, fucking a garbage truck skin on it. Yeah, so I mean, whatever, dude.
Whatever.
We'll see what happens in 4 years.
Yeah,
but
why don't we wait and see?
Honestly, honest to God, I know there are a lot of things corrupt about him. And again, I will make a quick little explainer on it. But if he manages to reset the relationships we have with the Middle East in a positive direction, take your fucking billions. I don't care.
Which would you rather have? No plane and possible war, or plane and no war?
Give the man his plane.
Give the man his plane. Get it trending.
You know what? Who else said they need a new plane? Is Kristi Noem. Apparently, she needs a new plane.
She is the
Homeland Secretary.
Why does she need a plane?
I don't know. Because Trump gets one. Trump's getting one. She thinks she needs a.
Well, how come he gets plane?
Fucking
and I don't
Border
get
Barbie needs a fucking plane. She needs a new G5 or some shit.
Flying to El Salvador gets pricey.
Throws on her fucking gear.
Points her gun at somebody's face.
Aims a fucking AR at somebody's face. Takes a picture, and she's on to her next photo op.
It's like. You ever watch that show? I think it was called House of Cards, the Kevin Spacey show. It's kind of like that in real life now. I'm just watching it like it's a TV show.
It's more have you ever seen Veep on HBO?
That's the one with Elaine from Seinfeld?
Yes,
no, I haven't seen it though.
Watch that.
Really?
That is accurate to how this country is being
HBO?
run. HBO, yeah.
Right,
it's an older series at this point. They're not making any more new episodes, but it's fucking accurate.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I don't have a good binge show right now, so I'll check that one out.
There's a lot of good ones. I need to do like, hey, should be your weekly binge. I've seen a lot of fucking TV.
Dude, I got some stuff to hit, but I see you got some more stuff.
I got one last thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our man. Fucking P. Diddy,
oh,
baby.
Boy.
Yeah. So the P. Diddy trial continues. Like, it's gotten a little fucking raunchy.
Yeah, I was
Did you see
listening to some Brett Cooper coverage of it this morning? It got pretty wild.
Did you see that they released all like the so the whole thing is that he is on trial. They're talking about trafficking, right?
Well, kind of.
And saying that Cassie had been trafficked, his girlfriend.
Yes.
So obviously that video, he beat her. There's no question
without a doubt.
about
He
it.
drug her down the fucking hallway of the hotel and beat the shit out of her.
They even showed more of that video, like the
Really?
extended version, and his
Oh, boy.
and his lawyers are arguing like, hey, You can't show that. It makes our client look bad. I'm like, yeah.
That's why we're here, asshole. Holy shit.
Yeah. You beating a girl and dragging her by a hair down the hall and kicking her.
Can't do that.
He made himself look bad.
Can't
the
do that.
video didn't do it. He did that.
Not on video, at least.
But so
that
there's
was
no
a joke.
There's no, yeah, right. Exactly.
Don't beat women.
I mean,
unless they earn it.
Okay.
That was a joke too. Don't beat women. Anyway,
right.
Unless you're P. Diddy and can get away with it.
Right. Why are you winking?
I'm not winking.
Okay. So they released, let me backtrack again. So part of the whole thing was that she was being sex trafficked, almost like a sex slave, right?
Yeah. To the freak offs and stuff.
Yeah, to the freak offs. She didn't want to do it against her will. But then they released all these text messages. I won't go through them. There's a bunch. You can go to TMZ. I'll even put that link up there. TMZ's got like a fucking dozen articles on this.
They do.
But they released all these text messages back and forth of her and emails too for some reason. I don't know why. What the fuck emails?
Who emails anymore?
Right? Yeah. I mean,
what are you, gay?
I'm not fucking trying to contact tech support from somewhere.
Yeah,
like
that's the only time I use my email.
Anyway, they released these things, and she does not sound like any victim at all. Like, she honestly sounds like a little needy, like he's not giving her enough attention.
Stockholm syndrome, dude.
Maybe.
You're victim blaming, John. You're victim blaming.
I'm not blaming her. I'm saying that maybe she's not being as forthcoming as
the
situation warrants, because now she's married to somebody else. She's pregnant. Maybe it's a little bit of like, oh, this is against my will. Because
she did get drugged down the hall and beat the fuck out of her.
She got fucked up, and I'm guaranteeing you that's not the first time she got hit.
No.
But in all these text messages, she's complaining one time that he was treating her like a side piece, and she didn't like that. Like, thought they were more than that. He asked like if she's getting ready, and she's, man, I don't know, it doesn't get kicked off of YouTube, but like, I can't wait to have some big black blank hit the back of my throat, and like, there is some like, sexually raunchy stuff on there.
Yeah.
At one point, she was talking about how she wanted to do something, but she wished she didn't have these sores on her tongue and something else. She had to go see the doctor. Like,
that's
God
yucky, dude. Ew.
What kind of dick are you sucking? Or how many dicks are you sucking?
Yeah, how many is really the question.
How are you getting sores on your tongue?
I saw they released a bunch of videos or pictures of all the male escorts that were involved. Did you see that?
I didn't see that one.
All right, keep going. I'll pull it up. It's pretty wild.
So, but yeah, the text messages keep going on and on about how she, wants to feel more like a wife to him. She doesn't like that. Just maybe anybody could see this like sexually aggressive side of her. She thinks that's like a husband thing, and that's what she wants them to be like. So she talks about this relationship that they have and how she wants it to be more than what she's perceiving it is. And even at one point, Diddy's like, hey, like, you call me when you get your shit figured out. Like, he was brushing her off. So, I mean, the text messages don't look damning in any way to me. So we'll see if she was actually truly trafficked. At least at this point, I'm not buying it. Show me more evidence.
Cut to my video or my laptop feed real quick. So this is the pictures that it's just merely interesting at this point, but these are all the dudes that he was hiring to come to the freak offs.
I wouldn't fuck one of those dudes.
Yeah, can't say I would either, friend.
I don't know. I mean, there's a couple dudes that look like shredded. The guy in the hat, he's shredded. He's probably down for it.
Well, so and here's my question, because maybe my timeline's off of what's going on here, but I personally don't really give a shit about this part of the Diddy saga. I see you finished your monster.
I'm good, dude.
I want to know about the sex trafficking, influence, all the celebrities involved. I want to know about the crazy shit. I hope this gets resolved, and I hope justice or all that. But like, I don't care about the single thing. I want to know about the bigger picture.
I don't know if we're ever going to get there.
Probably not. Just like we won't find about Epstein, who officially killed himself, according to Cash Patel. Fuck you, dude.
Dan Bongino and Cash Patel. By the way, I'm sick of these Fox interviews where they're no longer, like, you talk about fake-ass journalists. They are just fucking cheerleaders with a platform.
Yeah.
They get on there and they just throw the biggest softball
fucking
questions.
Wild.
So tell me what really happened. You wouldn't possibly do that, would you?
They all
fucking lobbing them.
They all do it.
Dude, it's fucking gross. This one that interviewed I can't remember her name, Maria some or other, but the one that interviewed Bongino and Cash, she was especially gross. I'm like, oh my God. Could you just like jerk them off? She might jerk them off after the interview. It's fucking
their own freak
ridiculous.
Off going on. Okay.
Good for them. But this
we'll have to see. What are we in week 1 of the trials or 2? It's pretty early, so we'll see where this progresses.
And honestly, I don't know where they're planning on taking it.
I want to know how the other celebrities fit into all this, because I want to know about the pink cocaine. I want to know about
Well, that was the thing they showed.
the baby oil.
They introduced all of the photos from when they arrested him at the hotel. They introduced all that, and there was like the pink cocaine.
That's what I want to know.
It was
about.
positive for MDMA and ketamine. A bunch of like,
it's a crazy cocktail.
The baby oil thing is like, why always so much baby oil?
You know why?
But it's too.
You
much.
know why?
Are you trying to say that it was the ketamine in the baby oil? Because that was the theory. Like, hey, it's not baby oil, it's ketamine.
Ooh, that's interesting. Like it's in the oil itself. Yeah. Huh.
But I mean, that was just like when this fucking first thing came out. It was probably just some.
You're
dude
telling me
on
they
X.
make baby oil with ketamine in it? That's crazy. Where would somebody get something like that?
I'm gonna say not Walmart.
Well,
like,
you know what? Maybe Walmart.
like a compounding pharmacy.
I feel like Walmart might be the best retail bet for something wild.
Amazon,
like that. Obviously.
they get any Timo.
Yeah.
That's really all I got, man. That's where I stand on the world at the moment.
I got some. I don't really have anything. I got one thing for at the end, but I got some crazy shit. Just some stuff I saw while I was scrolling.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. Let's start off with some sports news that I brought with me today.
All right.
How do I fucking? Okay, I just didn't want it to autoplay. Is it Cam 4? Okay, so check this out. This is a new move in baseball called the Spinorama. Play.
And Pilar hits one back toward the middle. Sosa to his left. Nice play. Spinorama, but he throws.
Boom!
I've seen that one before. Guy gets fucking ear hole.
Dude, look at this poor guy.
The guy that does like the fake sports announcing is like, he wheels around, throws it first, and hits him in the fucking ear.
That's what happened here. Boom!
Like,
Ow, dude.
Dude, that
Ow.
fucking dropped him.
Yeah, that one hurt. This next one I got, it's not really a sport, but I feel like we should make it into a sport. It involves, you know what I think they're called Zorbs or something, those big inflatable balls that you put somebody in, right? So check this one out, dude.
I don't know if this is real. I saw this, and I've watched it 100 times.
You see him land in the background there? I don't know, dude. Those things are pretty light, and bulls are pretty strong.
But okay, they're light, but there's still a fucking 200-pound person in there. A bull's not strong enough.
Do you think the person came out? Like maybe they fell out off camera or something,
Like,
and then the thing that comes down is an empty balloon?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. These are the questions.
And I
have.
couldn't see an empty balloon flying that far because it's got no weight to it. It's just like,
And they're pretty heavy. They're like that. They're kind of like rubber.
I know. I know exactly what. I've watched that one 100 times and I can't tell. If you were the victim of said bull, give me a call.
Yeah. If you were I don't know what you'd call it. The bull ball. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, did you see those inmates that escaped from the prison?
Yes.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel
like every month now there's some new inmates escaping. They're not always on video.
So we're really into Mayor of Kingstown at the station right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, when this happened, I was like, oh, shit. Like,
is this the one?
Kingstown.
Not Kingstown, but is this the inmates in Tennessee?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh, maybe I didn't see this
Here is the escape hole. And they went through this. And then I was looking at an article earlier. And it said that allegedly the maintenance worker helped them escape.
Too easy, LOL.
Dude,
I was O's, first of all.
That's what I was laughing at. I was like, well, fuck. And there was other shit that was spelled wrong. I'm not really surprised. Look at, I'm innocent, and somebody crossed out and put we innocent. Just so they're all of them, not just one person in the group were innocent.
No, motherfucker, we innocent.
We innocent.
No, we.
They not like us or whatever.
We are innocent.
This is kind of wild. Did you see that boat crash into the bridge?
Yeah, the Mexican Navy thing.
Yeah, check this shit out. So,
so
I've seen a couple angles on it. This one was by far the wildest. Trigger warning, I guess. 2 people died.
A couple people died, yeah.
I don't know if that happens in this video.
Were they the ones up in the bird's nest?
We're about to find out.
The ones that died?
We're about to find out. Check this out. We can see them hanging there.
There's people up there.
There's people up there. Look at that, dude.
Oh, shit. There's 3 people on that.
Shit. Oh, shit. I just saw someone fall down. Did you see that?
No.
Let me cut the sound.
Oh, there looked like another one.
Right? You see
yes.
Right, look at that. What the fuck? Okay.
Hopefully he landed in the water.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, and he hit something on the way down?
No, did he? Damn.
Yeah, look. He hit, and then he starts spinning right here. Spin.
Oh, God damn.
It was just crazy. I don't know much about it. I just saw the video.
They said it was kind of like the one that hit the bridge in Baltimore. It lost power, and they were rudderless.
What you know about that bridge in Baltimore, dude? I don't know.
I haven't looked into it in a
one.
long time, but I mean this one, just a Mexican like.
I saw some reports about the boat allegedly sped up before it hit the bridge. So I don't really know. I don't really know much about it. I know it was a Mexican naval ship. I don't know why they were where they were.
I think
It was because it was here in America.
yeah, it was in New York.
You would think that if I'm not a boat captain, but if I was, you'd think I think I would do the math of, okay, so how high is my mast and how low is that bridge?
Well, yeah. Again, I didn't
What
look
are we
at.
doing
I just
here?
watched the video, and I know that it was an official Mexican Navy boat. Obviously, some like
It was fucking wild.
excuse me, ceremonial type boat. Because I mean, that's obviously not Mexico's Navy.
Well,
I don't
fucking
think.
could be, dude. I don't
This isn't-
fucking know. Yeah, and I'm having a hard time finding more information on it because all of these news sites make me pay something to learn something. So that's awesome.
What do you want to know?
I was just looking because I heard some people saying that it was, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There were 2 people who died. I just didn't know what they were doing here, why they were in Brooklyn, kind of what was going on.
All right. Mexican Navy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was a crazy video.
That was where they
I haven't seen something like that in a minute.
Well, this one looks like it was at night.
It was kind of maybe like kind of as the sun was going down.
This one makes it look like it's at night. But yeah,
Anyway,
Where's
that was
the-
wild.
There's like a fucking New York Times article on this shit or
It
something.
just sucks, man. Like, do some math before you sail into that bridge, friend.
Well,
I'm not.
I mean, we
again,
see it
I
on the
wasn't
freeways
there.
here all the time. Like people have a load that's just too big, and they fucking go in an underpass. Like fuck, I didn't know that underpass was
Yeah,
17
fair enough.
feet.
Fair
Like
enough.
the last one was 23 feet. So the 142-year-old bridge was damaged. 19 people aboard needed medical treatment. I seen the cash.
Dude, that Baltimore bridge still freaks me
The
out.
vessel
You know
was just
that-
flying a giant Mexican flag. Had 277 people. 277 people on board of that thing
You know, the crew of that Baltimore bridge was like on the boat for like,
for a long time. I think it was a couple
Months.
weeks. Oh, was it months?
it was like a month, maybe 2 months. And they wouldn't let them get off the boat. Like, what?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's like some fucking weird investigation.
Isn't
like
that
you can't
weird?
leave. It's fucking real weird.
You're going to make them stay on the boat? That's fucking weird, dude. Anyway.
A lot of information about the boat itself. Can you tell me why they were there?
Yeah, for real. What's this one? Okay. I do have a fireside,
Send it.
but we have like a little bit of time, and you had one more topic up for debate here that I'm seeing. Could we could we start an internet fight real quick?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So we've got right here. So last week
Yeah. Let's
we
start
just
there.
randomly talked about
It was Batman.
Bruce Wayne
Bruce Wayne.
versus
No tools.
versus Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Which first of all, thank you everybody for commenting because everybody
Yeah.
took my side.
Everybody
Bruce
did.
Wayne
I
wins.
still disagree, but
And you're welcome to your opinion.
I'm just going to die on my hill. know
Wrong
what I
as you
mean?
may be, you're welcome to your opinion. But some people said the fight that they really wanted to see was this one here. John Wick versus Jason Bourne. This is the showdown right here.
What do you think?
Dude,
Because I have thoughts.
this is a tough one.
I have decided, but I want to know
Okay.
what you think first, and then I'll fight you.
I
on it if
truly
have
don't know.
to.
I gave this some thought, just like some cursory thought. Like, I don't know. This is a fucking fight.
Dude, John Wick all day.
Dude, why though?
Body count alone.
We don't know.
Experience.
We don't know Jason Bourne's body
Putting in the
count,
man hour so you don't have to.
but Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne's legit, right? But like, have you seen John Wick, dude? He kills motherfuckers with everything.
So does Bourne.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
See, and they're two different types of movies.
Let's ask Gemini. Let's see what Gemini.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask fucking Chat GPT. Oh, dude, see what they fucking come up. Who wins?
Gonna give me the real breakdown here. It's thinking. Dude, it's breaking it down. Mindset and training, combat style, intelligence, resourcefulness.
Okay, what did it come up with?
Let's see. Who would win? Going to the summary at the end.
I like that Chat GPT says, the eternal debate. Like, really? The eternal debate?
Whoa. However, Jason Bourne is arguably the more intelligent and adaptable fighter. This gives Bourne the edge.
So
Let's
this,
ask it about Batman.
this breaks it down into mindset and strategy. So mindset and strategy gives Bourne the edge over Wick in mindset and strategy. Hand-to-hand combat, tie. Bourne is scrappy, but Wick is clinical. Gunplay, John Wick, hands down. He's practically an FBS character with a cheat code. Survivability, Bourne escapes, Wick endures. Final verdict. If you throw them in a neutral environment, say an abandoned subway station with a dozen weapons scattered around, John Wick wins. It's not because Bourne isn't dangerous. It's because John Wick is a Terminator in a suit, powered by rage and grief, and doesn't stop until the other guy's dead. True. But if it's a long game, cat and mouse, okay. Bourne could win if it's a long play game.
So it's saying no, because all I don't want any tools. I want hand-to-hand, bodies only.
Well, this says weapons strewn about.
No, I don't want that.
So I don't know about that.
For what it's worth, it says here, let's see, for last week's, in summary, if the fight were purely hand-to-hand with no tools or weapons and assuming a more realistic portrayal of both characters, Jason Bourne's lethal efficiency and experience in desperate, unarmed combat would probably give him the win. However, if we consider the more fantastical comic book peak human abilities of Batman, he would likely emerge victorious due to his unparalleled breadth of martial arts and knowledge. Damn it.
Dude, he's a fucking...
Damn it.
He's a legit ninja.
So this says that Batman would beat Bourne. And what did we land on for Bourne and Wick?
With weapons in a neutral environment, Wick wins.
So, obviously.
Ipso facto.
Ipso facto, what about John Wick and Batman? It's taking extra time to think on this one, dude.
John Wick, I still give the edge of Batman. Like, or
Really?
Weapons or no weapons?
Let's go both.
Weapons.
Wick.
Well, Batman gets his weapons.
Batman doesn't have weapons. He has tools. Batman doesn't kill anybody. Never has. Batman's body count is literally 0. Which is kind of a pussy thing, dude. Really? You're gonna beat him up really bad, dude?
Or is he so badass? Like, I don't have to kill you.
I have to beat him up for justice.
He doesn't even have to kill you. Like, you're just gonna want to quit. Like, all right, fine, dude. I'm out.
Well, both times I've put Batman up against John Wick and Jason Bourne on Gemini.
Are you doing Batman or Bruce Wayne?
Well, I said Batman.
Okay, Batman against John
but
Wick
like
with
they're
a
the
gun.
same person, right?
Well, Batman's got a suit. Batman's got weapons.
This has gotten
This is
so
nuanced.
intricate
Yeah,
and nuanced.
that's what I'm saying.
What do you think?
If let us know your thoughts. Hey, if you're going no weapons,
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne versus Wick, no weapons.
probably
Bruce Wayne wins.
Probably.
If you throw in, say, give him each a gun, Wick wins.
You know what? No one ever shoots Batman in the face.
I would.
John Wick caps everybody in the head.
At least
that'd be his
at
first
least
move.
once. At least once.
His first move would be, all right,
Yeah.
over.
Again, let us know your thoughts.
Maybe we need to do like a bracket style tournament.
Dude, we should.
So I got one more thing, dude.
You got the fireside?
It is time.
Fireside! Fuck
We got-
yeah!
We got to get rid of Steve in that little thing
I
and put
know.
you in there.
Just put like a cancel over his.
I'm going to put you in a backpack like Yoda and Luke Skywalker on Steve.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
that's the way to do it.
I'm gonna forward through some of this. Fair warning. I think this is recently released, and sorry if it wasn't, but this is body cam. So usually, let me start here. Usually on the Fireside, especially lately, we've been doing fire stuff, and every once in a while we gotta throw it to PD, for better or for worse. Contrary to popular belief, we do get along with our PD brothers pretty well. 9 times out of 10, unless they're calling me to quote unquote check someone at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Just need them checked.
Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, this is from 2022, October 24th, 2022. This is body cam of police response to there was a school shooting at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in the Southwest Garden neighborhood of St. Louis, Missouri.
We just talked about this yesterday, I think.
Really?
I think.
I think they just put the video out for this because it came up in my feed, and I'm going to be honest, it's not, I don't know if I can't armchair quarterback PD's stuff. I just don't know their protocol for this kind of thing too well, but I will say I was thoroughly impressed.
Okay, then this is not what we talked about. Because what we talked about yesterday, there was a video. I think it was in St. Louis. Maybe it was just in
You have
Missouri.
to tell me if this is it.
No. So these guys, these 2 cops came up on somebody that was shot in a park.
Not this.
This guy is guppy breathing.
Mhm.
They have body cams running.
Yeah.
I don't think it's St. Louis. Don't quote me on the St. Louis part. But they both have body cams running. They come up on somebody guppy breathing, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And they're like, ooh, we get off in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's fucked.
I don't want to do paperwork. Let's bounce.
Ooh, they better lose their jobs.
They've been fired. I don't know about any pending criminal action.
Can't do that. Dude. They'll probably get some sort of criminal negligence or something.
Right? Like,
yeah, that's not this. The reason I wanted to show this video is, I don't know. I was just impressed because I don't know about you. I wanted to be a cop for a while.
Yeah.
Until I rode at a fire station. I was like, dude, fuck that, dude. This is what I want to do. I consider myself pretty brave, pretty tough.
Yeah.
This is wild. Just gung-ho charging into this shit. I was thoroughly impressed, and hats off to PD for the stones.
I initially wanted to be a cop when I got back from Iraq. I wanted to be a cop because my uncle was a 20-year Phoenix PD.
Yeah. Well, then you realized even cops need heroes.
Well, then my brother-in-law was the Phoenix fireman, and I did, like I said, did the ride all. I'm like, yeah, this is better.
Yeah, this is better.
You guys do a lot of fucking paperwork over here.
Yeah.
A lot less fun shit.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to get us on the reaction on this one.
All right.
I think that's this one. Yeah, let's check this out.
Sound like it's on the 3rd floor.
It's a little long. We can forward some of it. So they got a pretty big response. All sorts of weaponry. They got long guns, rifles,
Shotgun.
shooters on the 3rd floor in a library, I believe. I think the shooters kind of shut in on a library at this point.
3rd floor of the rear school building. 3rd floor of the rear school building is what a witness said outside. We heard the shots fired.
So I started thinking, like,
Right there.
this is some pretty quick, high intensity, very fast decision
Let the
making.
long gun go. Is this 3rd floor? Let the long gun go.
Fucking time to eat, boys.
Don't hear any gunshots in the background. So I believe at this point the shooter had kind of cornered themselves in the library or wherever they got to him. So the shooter's right behind those 2 doors. They don't know this yet, but the shooter's behind those doors.
Stay back. Stay back.
I'll take a better angle on those doors.
Hold on.
Doors locked.
They need to be more
See?
quiet.
Could use a fireman here. And something happens coming up here pretty soon that I've only seen in movies. They're shooting the locks off the door. I was like, I didn't know that was real.
Stand by. Shot being fired. Let the long gun get in there.
And so the only critique I saw on the internet was, look at these 2 guys. To armchair quarterback it here.
Stop.
You got the long gun and the shotgun. The shotgun's right above the long gun's head. Like, oh boy. But, you know, you get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Right there. That was a problem right here.
Hey, watch that. Back up.
But can't blame him, right?
Well, these guys are fucking coming out of a fucking patrol vehicle. They're not SAU fucking practicing this
No.
shit. Fucking kudos to these guys for charging in.
Back up. Shotgun the lock.
Yeah, they're shotgunning the lock right now.
We have a lot of backup. Keep everybody down.
Who's the dick that pulled the fire alarm?
Watch out.
It could just be so much fucking gunpowder in the air. Particulates
maybe.
got in there.
Dude, and for him to just take this corner and just fucking...
He's right there. He's right there.
I think he's like on the wall up against the door here.
Right on the door. On the door. On the wall.
It's where you need a flashbang.
Fuck yeah.
Let the long
It's almost
rifle.
over.
Blue, let the long rifle.
Get in there and wreck shop, motherfucker.
Let the long rifle.
Nice.
I don't think they show anything. Oh, yeah, they blurred it out. We're good. That's pretty much it, dude. But that came up on my Reddit feed, and honestly, dude, I gotta say, hats off. That's some stones right there to be running into something like that.
I just like,
That's crazy to me.
obviously you'd want like the bet. You would probably want an SA unit charging in.
Yeah.
Those dudes fucking heard the call and they came off the street
Right.
and said, fuck it. Today's the day. If I die, so be it.
I gotta say, man, I gotta say hats off to PD on that one, dude. It says here that there were 2 people killed by the gunman, 15-year-old and a 61-year-old. So a teacher and a student, a couple people injured. But yeah, they put this dude down here pretty quick. It's scary, dude, that we're living in that world. And I don't know if you saw, there's been some videos of some schools here in the Valley who are putting in metal detectors in their high schools. And I've seen like lines of kids trying to get into school because the metal detector process is kind of slow.
Sure.
But like, how else are you going to fix this problem, dude, with all these fucking assholes bringing guns into schools and shit? Like, what else are you going to do? Arm the teachers? But that's not a good idea either.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have a good solution for that.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's fucked up. You got to have the school resource officer there. Having PD presence on campus, I think, is paramount.
I would argue having the school resource officer equipped with long gun capabilities, like locked away somewhere, that might be a better, because as far as I'm aware, they don't really have much on campus with them. They got their service pistol, but
yeah. I mean, they have their cruiser with them, so they might have.
Yeah, but you got to run out to the car to get that.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where you are on campus too. Like if you have your AR locked up somewhere,
Fair point.
Like, you got to run there to get it. So I mean,
fair point.
Yeah, you're not patrolling on campus all day with that. You got to lock the fucking school down, like metal detectors, resource officer, lock it down.
I saw some cool stuff where I don't remember what city it was in, but the local fire department gave them sections of 1 3/4 hose line, and
I did see that,
they put it over that little triangle piece in the door, and
that's
it's
good.
Pretty effective.
It does, yeah. You can't get in.
Yeah, some places won't let you do that because
it's
get this. All involved organizations and departments are going to remain unnamed here, but I may or may not have been involved in a proposal for that for a couple places somewhere. And we were told no, get this, because putting the hose on the door frame in the event of a school shooter violates fire code. And if that's not red tape bureaucracy bullshit, I don't know what is.
I would give one to the teacher here.
Yeah.
My kid's teacher, like, hey, something happens, you put this on the fucking door.
Yeah, I'll take the hit for it.
Yeah.
Unfucking real.
Like, you don't know where you got this, but if somebody's fucking shooting, you got to lock down, put this on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
crazy.
That's what I had, dude. I thought it was cool in the sense that I don't know. I don't want to get shot at, and that's why I spray water for a living. You know what I mean? I don't want to get shot at. So, and these guys do that shit every day. So,
shout out St. Louis PD.
Yeah, shout out, doing good job, boys.
Well, fuck, that's our first Steveless show.
I know that chair was empty, and I'm sad.
Yeah, I like that. I turned off the lights too to darken the corner. Like
it really brings forth that he's not here with us.
Yeah.
Today, not anymore. Just today. He's not here today.
Just today.
Jesus.
He's still with us in spirit.
And you know what? He better fucking listen to this episode, Steven.
He won't.
You think he won't listen? He better fucking listen.
No, he ain't listening. He's too busy now.
He'll make a fake name and start commenting hate on our shit. Like, you guys fucking suck. I hated that fucking show. You guys
That'd be great. That'd be great.
There's a long game 3-month troll us. He's at the end of it. He's like, I'm fucking
that's something
whatever 69. That'd be hilarious.
I'm butt chug 69. All right, everybody. That's a wrap. We'll be back at it next week.
Thanks for listening.
Adios.
Fireside, fuck yeah, get some.